welcome back to Creative Tuesdays with Liz. I am very excited to be here again this week, and I hope everybody else is as well. I hope that everyone's had a great week the past week and has just enjoyed your time, and that you are ready to come together and create this week as well. Today we will be working on a guided pumpkin drawing. We will be working on step by step how to draw and color a pumpkin. And I know that people you might already have your own ideas of how you want your own pumpkin to look. And you can go with your own ideas and just kind of get the basic idea down, as we do this together. And then, tweak it, make it yours however you want to. More than anything, again, I do just want you to have fun and enjoy it and just really feel good and hopefully feel a little bit more in the mood for fall as we're working on a pumpkin and everything. So you will want to have some paper, some plain white paper, some black markers, or a pencil if you want to, and then whatever you choose to color your pumpkin in with. If you would rather it just be like a pencil drawing, you can do that. You can use some chalk pastels, you can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, watercolor paints. You can use anything you want to create your pumpkin drawing, and you can do it on any size paper too. But I want to let you know that your pumpkin does not have to be orange if you don't want it to be orange, just because that's the color of pumpkins that we normally see in pumpkin patches and everything. But your pumpkin does not have to be orange if you don't want it to be. So here's a blue pumpkin. It can be any color that you want it to be. But if you have already got your marker or whatever you want to do your drawing with, we will go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is create kind of a long, skinny oval in the middle of our paper. Okay, and this oval is going to be kind of like the middle focal point of our pumpkin right here. Now we're going to kind of put some imaginary dots in place. Right up here at the top of our oval, we're not going to do in the middle, but just right off to the side. And if you want to put like a real little dot or mark on your paper, you can go ahead and do that. And then the same thing on the bottom, not quite in the middle, but just a little bit off to each side. So you'll kind of have your 4 little imaginary dots, or real dots if you wanted to make real dots. And then you're also going to make a dot about 2 finger spaces away from the middle. And on the other side, the same thing, about 2 finger spaces away from the middle oval there. And what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 curved lines. We're going to start up here at this dot. We're going to tag the middle dot and then connect it down here at the bottom. So we will make our first curved line. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with the dots on the other side. Tag the one in the middle and come back to the bottom. All right, now we're going to do 2 more, one on each side again, just to have another layer of the pumpkin and to make it really round and kind of plump looking. But if you want a skinny tall pumpkin, you can make it skinny and tall. You can make it fat at the top and skinny at the bottom, or fat at the bottom and skinny at the top, however you want to do this. So we'll put another little imaginary dot kind of a little bit farther down. We're going to put another about 2 finger spaces away from the middle. And that's going to be our tag dot. That's the dot we're going to tag on our way down, making our curved line. And then our other dots where we're going to end up down here. So we'll start this dot, make our curved line, tag the middle, and come back up, and the same thing on the other side. Tag the middle dot, and come back up. So this is the basic shape of our pumpkin, what we're going to be doing. And if you want to draw a stem on it, you can draw a stem. You can put a triangle stem, a rectangle stem. You can do the little curlies on it if you want to. Any way that you want to do this. We are also going to draw what's going to be kind of like a ground, what our pumpkin will be sitting on. And we're just going to take two curved, kind of a little bit curved lines from this part all the way to the edge of the paper. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, to the edge of the paper. So that's going to be kind of like the ground that our pumpkin will be sitting on. Now, if you want to draw a moon up here or a bat or anything to add into your picture, you can do that. So let's see, we'll get a little bat right here. Woo! There we go, there's a bat, and then I'm going to have kind of like a moon too. He's going to be halfway on the moon. All right, then when it's time to color, we're going to try to give it the three-dimensional form look that it has, so that it won't look like a flat circle, but that it'll look like a round pumpkin. So you can, whatever color you choose, you're going to want to have about 3 shades of that color. So if you do want orange, try to find about 3 different shades of orange, a dark one, a medium one, and a light shade. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so you're going to take the darkest shade, even if it's blue, or if it's blue, you can take your blues. You'll have a dark shade of blue, like an indigo, and then a regular blue, and then you could use the, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but the cerulean blue, or turquoise, or you might know the better way to pronounce that color. But whatever color you choose, try to have about 3 different shades of it. And even if you don't have 3 different blue crayons, it'll be lighter if you color lighter, and it'll be darker if you color heavier. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the darkest first, and we're going to color dark just on the outside of this first oval that we made. Kind of like that. This first oval is kind of protruding out closest to us. So this is going to create a little shadow right here. So we're going to use our darkest color that we have, or our darkest shade. We're going to color around there, just on the outside of our first oval. Alright, and then we're going to have this next little area is going to be kind of in front of this. This is going to be another little indent that comes down in our pumpkin. So we're going to put another dark line going down on this side. And then the same thing over here. Alright, you're also going to take your darkest color, and we're going to color up on the bottom. Give this some of the darkness, the darkest spots that it's going to have. And if you can kind of imagine it going kind of down like this, this is where our darkest colorings will be, in this area. So we'll color that dark all on the bottom here. Alright, then we will go with our medium color shade, And we are going to go starting where we finished our darkest color here. We're going to start it there. We're going to go about halfway. And again, you might want to kind of just follow the same little swoop down. So we'll color almost about halfway. And I'm kind of at an angle here, so it might not look the best straight on. So, but they'll all be different. That's one great thing. Even though that we are all essentially drawing a pumpkin, the same thing, they are all going to look so different and all turn out very unique. So we'll get this one up there. Also, your medium shade, we're going to go along the top, just like we did the darkest, the darkest on the bottom down here. We're going to do the top, the medium shade. And we're going to kind of follow this kind of opposite kind of curve that we did on the bottom. And whatever you choose to use, like I said, you can do watercolor, color pencils, crayons, markers, whatever. I just want to try to teach you kind of how to make it look like a three-dimensional form instead of just like a flat shape. Then we will take our lightest shade that you have, and we are going to come down with that. A little bit lower, we're going to meet. And we're going to leave a spot kind of right in the middle here. Color all of that with our lightest shade. And then we're going to kind of blend it all together, which you can use a white, or you can go another shade lighter. You can leave this white, or if you wanted to, I'm actually going to use my lightest color and go over it, but I'm going to color some white there first, and then I'm going to get my lightest shade of orange and color on top of it. Just color across there. Making them meet. And it kind of has that a little bit of a shading look to it, gives it a form look instead of just a flat shape. And then if you decide you want to blend it a little bit more, you can start to color a little bit heavier, or you might even want to take your lightest shade and just kind of color all over it, just to get it good and blended in good. Alright, so it kind of has that, like the shadows and the highlights to it, kind of like it's more of the round pumpkin form. Then you can color the ground, you can color the background, the stem. You can, any way that you want to do this. Or you might want to do different ones and do maybe a series of different colors, or use watercolor on one and crayon on another, and then maybe some pastel, or however you want to do it. So you can create this any way that you want to. And I hope that you kind of enjoy just coming together to create our pumpkin and just kind of draw step by step, working on it. It's one of those things that I feel like I kind of just started doing it because it is just a step-by-step process. And I feel like the next thing I knew, I had ended up drawing like 8 different pumpkin pictures. So it was just one of those things that just kind of got me in a comfortable, relaxed mood. And I just felt good just drawing the pumpkin step by step, one right after another. But yeah, I'd love for you just to add your own stuff into it. You could even maybe draw a haunted house if you wanted to in the background of it, or some more bats, or like it's a graveyard up here. And please do take a picture of your work and send it to us, the Lancaster County Council of the Arts, so that we can just see kind of what everybody's creating at home and just kind of how they each have turned out so different. Next week, we will come together and create a mask. So I will have a template mask shape for you that you can cut out, or you can draw your own. But so you'll need a mask shape, preferably on some thicker paper like cardstock, if you have that. And then you'll need some string and scissors, coloring utensils, and maybe just some extra pieces of construction paper or colored paper. You can cut pieces and glue on it. But so we will come together and create a mask. And kind of something to be thinking about while we're going to get ready for our mask project next week is just think about if you ever wear a mask that people might not know it's a mask. Like sometimes you might pretend to be happy when you're really feeling just kind of sad and tired. And so essentially you're wearing a happy mask and people might not know it's a mask. So I want you to be thinking about some times that you feel like you're wearing a mask but where other people wouldn't know that it's a mask. So think about things like that and just the way that, we kind of go about our daily lives. And I look forward to next week as we come together and create our mask. I'll see you then. Thanks.